So I'm reading this article about rent prices, housing, rental prices in Oakland, California, as the city is simultaneously letting go somewhere around 50 or more police officers due to of course, budget shortfall they have to deal with. And I don't know if they sent letters or just put it on the police department's website, whatever, to let the people know, but it kind of goes like this. The following services we would usually come out to you for. You call 911 or you call the police department. The following services, we're not going to come out anymore. We don't have the manpower right now, so if it's not like really truly, crime in progress kind of a thing, and or life-threatening situation, you can actually go to our website now. They say there's a link on our website you can go to and report, for example, if you had a theft, whereas we used to send an officer to your house and that sort of thing. You can just fill it out online, and this is mainly for insurance purposes, it says. Right, because the insurance company wants a police report, and they always require that. So if someone breaks into your house, steals something, you had insurance, they want a police report. Police officer used to come to your house, write out the report, give it to you. Now, you just go online, fill it out. So here's one of those things again. This is the same. Well, not quite the same. I was gonna use the old HOA, homeowners association fee, back in 2008, 2009, 2010, as people were leaving their houses, walk away from their mortgages in droves, and those HOA fees were just getting higher and higher and higher for every bozo who stuck around. And then they wondered, why does this keep going up? It was just last year, went up another $25, $50. Now it's up again. What used to be $100 is now $150. Now it's $200. Now it's $250. Oh my God, it's $300 a month. How in the hell do you justify that? And they're having these meetings with the homeowners association. Bottom line, too many people moved out of the housing development, so those who are left have to pay the tab, and it has to be the same amount that they are used to getting in there. So if 25% of the population in your housing area, neighborhood, went away, well, everyone else's just rose to meet that deficiency. So I was going to use that as an example, but it's not quite the same for this police department. And the issue here is that you're paying for a service. You're absolutely paying for police, right, service. This is a government service. Millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars are spent on whether it's police, fire department, etc. So naturally you say, if I need them, damn it, I pay, they need to come. Not anymore. There's like a $35 or so million budget shortfall, so they had to cut corners, if you will. And then doing so, had to let go 50 police officers or more. I don't remember the exact amount. So, you have that as an issue. Pretty big issue, if I don't mind saying so myself. And the kicker here is that just a few years ago, rent prices were around, average in Oakland, were somewhere between $1,300 to $1,400. And now, today, recent times I should say, $2,800 per month rent prices. How does that actually happen? How do you have the price of rent doubling in literally a few years? I mean, even during the real estate boom of, which again, it was a false bubble, but regardless, it was a booming period. 2005, 2006, etc. That was kind of the peak. So you have that happen. I don't recall seeing prices where I live, as far as rent, doubling. No, did not see that at all. Yet, in Oakland, California, that's exactly what happened. So when I see stuff like that, I should say, it makes me wonder if the elite have taken it upon themselves long ago, declared it through some secret society, whatever it may be, that it is their responsibility in their own minds to each and every time cause these economic booms and bust cycles on purpose, so that everything resets. And in their mind, they're going to say, well, it makes it fair for everybody else. So the perfect example would be Oakland, California. We can't have $2,800 rent going on around here, so we need to crash everything. And when everything crashes, those people who are charging $2,800 a month rent will not be able to continue owning those assets they had, those houses that they're renting, because they're going to feel that economic pain too. Therefore, they're going to lose the house to the big banks who mortgage those houses, who are owned by the club members. So the club never loses. The club never loses, ever. And in their mind, just like Lloyd Blankfein, who, by the way, is also a billionaire with Jamie Dimon now, they just recently reported. He's head of Goldman Sachs. As he once said, he and the bankers, they were doing God's work. That was his quote. We're doing God's work. And everyone heard that and thought, what the hell is he talking about? What the hell does he even mean by that, right? But you knew it didn't sound good, and no matter how you interpreted it, what he meant by that. And I think, personally, this could be what he meant. We're doing God's work. We are going to crash the economy. We're going to cause the boom cycles. We are going to cause the bust cycles because we are, quote-unquote, doing God's work. Oh, so that's why these cycles happen. That's why they crash and everything starts over, and that's why there's inflation for a while. Then there's massive deflation where all kinds of prices deflate. And if you're the one causing these cycles, you know damn well they're coming because you're going to be causing it. So you can prepare way in advance to give yourselves and your banks, put them flush full of money, Federal Reserve bailout, and TARP fund, congressional bailout. So they have tons and tons of cash waiting for the bust cycle to kick in that they caused, and then they go and scoop up all the assets that they want, and everything else resets for all the rest of us. So I think that's what he means by when he says we're doing God's work. But I can tell you one thing, $2,800 for rent in Oakland, California, when it used to be $1,300 to $1,400 just a few years ago, I can tell you now that is, don't be shocked when I say this, of course, like anyone else couldn't figure this out. Yeah, that's not sustainable. That's going to be dealt with. But it just goes to show you how people are holding on to all this inflated crap as long as they can. And it's going to crash on them. Take care.